But the money that you can earn with that program after that is minimum 120K. Data analyst or machine learning specialist, then what, for 3-4 years, you can get to 300,000-400,000.
How many different options on the careers? What do you have?
Data analytics and data science, digital marketing and AI, and we have AI-powered project and product management. They're also easiest for us to provide job placement because they're really, really in demand. And I think that right now what we see with AI is that technology is constantly going forward. If you started doing marketing a few years ago and you were doing Facebook ads, those Facebook ads from that time to now, they have evolved, right? So you continuously need to upgrade your knowledge because as technology goes forward, education has to go forward in order for any one that is pursuing a degree to be basically with skills of, that are in demand right now. I tried to call a consultant to basically help me with the license. He asked me for $6,000 a month, a 2 years contract that I cannot get out of. After that, I understood it's a very complex process, and the school license is one of the most expensive ones. That basically to have an official license to work from Department of Education to give American diplomas. So I ask you for proof of funds and money. Basically, you cannot open a school if you don't have money.
I was thinking, coming from two Balkan people, what's the thing like at work or in life that most Americans don't understand about you or Balkan culture in general?
I think they don't understand how we can be happy when you have no reason to be happy, and how we are like so passionate about, I don't know, about football, about anything nationalistic, anything like, somebody scores a goal or whatever, or like just the way how we deal with life and with problems and everything, like with joy, with rakia, with fun, like.
More laid back.
Yeah.
We were just
And the persistence. I think we have a lot of persistence as Balkan people. We have, maybe because we come here with nothing to lose, you come from zero, and then you just put all in, so, and you're persistent, so I think that that's one thing that probably if this was my life in Macedonia, where you have your parents, your family, your friends, maybe I would also be in a more comfortable position. But since we come here without anything, you face loneliness, you need to make money because who will give you, right? A survival mode. And then on top of that, you need to make a career, not to mention papers and everything else, right? So
it's always some problem to solve.
True.
It's a different concept of life and living, and a lot of people come here with different background stories and different ideas about America. What was your general idea of America before you came here? Who burst that bubble? Is it exactly what you expected it to be?
You know what? Actually, I did not come with an idea to stay. I came on a vacation, 2022, with my cousin. She was living in Jersey. We decided, let's go to Miami for a vacation. We rented Airbnb for 2 months. And then she actually left me. So I stayed alone.
Why she leave you?
She had a boyfriend in Mexico City, so she went to live with the boyfriend. So I stayed alone, and then I was like, okay, what am I going to do here? It's either I pack and go home, but then I'm losing the money that, that I paid, or I might as well as, try to see if I can do something. And then I called a lot of lawyers. I called a lot of accountants. Actually, I was lucky to work with Philip, who was here in one of your previous seasons. So long story short, Philip helped me get extraordinary ability visa. With that visa, you get a green card, 10 years green card immediately. And basically, my life unfolded for me in a way that was not anticipated. So that thing, I'm very grateful for that, but also because I didn't came with the intention to stay. I already had my business in Macedonia since 2017. I had the school. So I didn't came with the intention to stay. So I was suddenly faced, okay, now I need to apply for a license. That license, once I got the work permit, that license, I didn't know that it will take me 15 months, and it's so expensive. I tried to call a consultant to basically help me with the license. He asked me for $6,000 a month, a 2 years contract that I cannot get out of. And then after that, I understood it's a very complex process, and the school license is one of the most expensive one. That's why the universities and studying
owning
in
a
US.
School, is that like owning a school?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Basically to have an official license to work from Department of Education to be, like basically an accredited school here. to give American diplomas. So after that, I understood why American diplomas are so expensive, and basically school here is expensive because the whole process is very, first of all, lengthy, and then also you need to have a lot of money to put, and they also ask you for proof of funds and money. Basically, you cannot open a school if you don't have money.
Or anything else for that matter.
Or anything else, yes. But I feel some other businesses would be much easier. Like, I don't know, I think you can start a marketing agency with 10, 15K.
For sure, but school is another level.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
And during this period, while you're waiting for the license, I still need to pay rent because I need to have the school while I'm waiting. So I was paying rent a year and a half for a school that I didn't use, but I had to do it because inspection have to come before they give you the license. So yeah, long story short, it was 2 years on which basically I was not working. 2 years I'm not working. I'm just waiting. First I was waiting for the green card, then I was waiting for the license. And then suddenly, basically, we got our official school license February 2024. So from that moment, we started working.
So it's been 2 years?
Well,
Almost 2 years.
1.5 year, yes.
February's around the corner. It's
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, starting a school. How do you get an idea to start a school? I mean, it's just coming from your background.
My parents are university professors, and
Okay.
my grandparents were as well. So basically, I come from a family of educators. So I always wanted to have three things in my life. One was a school. The reason is to never stop learning. And I think that right now, what we see with AI is that technology is constantly going forward. If you were, I don't know, if you started doing marketing few years ago and you were doing Facebook ads, those Facebook ads from that time to now, they have evolved, right? So you continuously need to upgrade your knowledge with tools and, in order to keep up. And we have a data science program. When we first introduced that program, which according to me is one of the best ones that we have, in 2019 we introduced it. We had different set of modules. Now this year we had to change some of the modules because we need to add AI for analytics. We need to add generative AI. So basically, you need to update constantly the programs because people need to learn new things, because as technology goes forward, education has to go forward in order for any one that is pursuing a degree to be basically with skills of that are in demand right now.
Yeah. So how many students you have?
Oh, during this, so we first started 2017 in Macedonia. 2019 we opened in Kosovo. 2024 we opened here. Overall, around 10,000 students or more.
10,000 students?
I mean, it's 8
How many
years.
educators you have working with us? It's a lot.
Around 50.
50. That's a lot of
Yeah.
students. Nice. So why Miami? You said Jersey, but why you come to Miami to start?
So I have not been. I've been on Jersey. No, my cousin was from Jersey.
Okay.
But I came first in the U.S. When I was on work and travel around 12. No, more than 12. Around 16 years ago. 16 years ago. I was on work and travel in Martha's Vineyard. I was working as a front desk agent. I was so angry they never put me to be a waitress because they always give waitressing to the Americans. Then the second year that I came on work and travel, I actually was lucky to work in New York. So in New York, I had a job as a hostess, but because I wanted to kind of learn marketing, I also got a job in an SEO agency on 33 Wall Street as a basically marketing assistant. So I was
SEO
very
at that
happy.
time? That was
Yeah,
early.
that was the first agency, and the guy was very successful. He made his first money by selling the first Apple computers online, reselling them.
Nice.
And he was one of those visionaries. And the name of the company at that time was called Get Me on Top. The whole idea is get me on top of Google. I mean, but like keywords, a smart
of course,
person.
yeah.
He was not working a client unless it's 50K.
Just
No,
to
he
start
would
off?
not. Yeah, he would not take a client. And the first money that I made, actually, I asked him, "How about if I go to all these clients that you don't want to work, like hairstylists, like restaurants, and I close them for 5K?" He's like, "You would waste your time for 5K?" I mean, I'm not even getting the 5K. I'm getting some percentage of that. I say, "Yes, I would waste my time."
He doesn't, because he's big. He doesn't care.
He's
He'd
big,
rather
yeah.
deal with one person for 50 than deal with 10
Yeah.
10 people.
Yeah. But that's how basically I was introduced to marketing. But after that, I went back. I went back. At that time, I didn't want. I knew how you can change for F visa. Even that time, I remember there was this school on 42nd Street in New York. They would basically sign you to learn English language, and then you continuously continue the program until you settle your status, right? But I didn't wanted that, so I went back, and then after that, I came to US few times on Miami on vacation, but never with the intention to stay because I already had the business. We were making great progress since 2017, and then we opened another market. So I thought that we are doing great. So I came to enjoy Miami, but life had a different plan.
Different plans. Okay, so Miami had a life had a different plan, so Miami came into the equation. But why starting? I mean, Miami is not big on IT, I assume. Where people come here for the beaches, they go have fun. It's not like schools and technology. But I guess that thing is changing recently.
I mean, I didn't came because it's like the place that I would, have my business. I came because I like the city because of the work-life balance. And for me at this age, so I'm 36. For me at this age is more about work-life balance. It's not just about business because I'm now waiting for my business to succeed. So then after that, I'm gonna leave. I think these two things go parallel. And then you should, I always say, find what you want, and then don't worry, you'll make money. But if you don't want something, then you're going to be constantly frustrated and you're just doing it for the money. So same thing about life. So Miami, because I was like, there is two places in US where I would live. Okay, maybe three. New York, Miami, and California. California is a little bit too far. New York, I already lived in New York. As I said on my second time on the work and travel, I think that New York is great in your 20s. On your 30s, unless you earn serious income, I think it becomes difficult, heavy in a way. And then Miami, because it offers you great work life balance. We know all the buildings have amazing amenities. You can really live, I always say, here you can live like a person should live in the 21st century for a fraction of a cost of what you would pay in New York.
Completely agree. I understand. New York, you're
So,
right about New York. New York,
yeah.
I loved it when I was in my 20s. I almost moved there. And then I went to visit in February. And I was like, and I came back here first thing, oh, the pool, jacuzzi. I'm like, okay, why am I moving again? So I didn't move. And then right now, my 30s, every time I go, I like it. I still love but I love it less. And I imagine myself hustle and bustle. I mean, it's cool. I can do it. But I don't, from coming from Miami is different. It's difficult to just make that switch. If you a lot of people coming from New York to Miami. Rarely someone's going from Miami to New York. So I
Yeah.
completely agree with that.
I mean, I do think it has more opportunities because I think the standard is higher, and that's not my opinion. That's data. Like if you compare average salary in, I don't know if people have seen the data, but average salary in Miami is 65K. In New York is 180K. So, you know,
That's for sure. New York is a
it's
financial capital. It's all the
yeah.
money is there.
So if you want to, I mean, it is more expensive, but again, it offers also more opportunities. It is more developed in
But
many
again,
aspects.
you're from a business perspective and you're
Yeah.
thinking about starting a business. You're thinking Miami, okay, is it worth it to start? I'm gonna lose money. Why am I doing business here? What was your train of thoughts at that
Well,
point?
depends what's your business. Depends what's your
So you saw
business.
your business growing here, and how did you research the market? You decided.
So this was my third educational business. So I already know everything
Mhm.
because, I mean, there is no big difference from Europe to here. It is big difference in terms of like who's my client, but there is no big difference in terms of like what the business is. So the business is cool. We are reskilling people and we will help them with jobs. So that's the business. Okay, that's the core. Now, the difference between Europe and US is that in the US, there is a lot of grants, workforce development grants, because they know that there is a lot of immigrants, people who basically who need to be reskilled in order for America to keep up with the America AI action plan. So there is a lot of money that are used to help anybody who wants to be reskilled in tech for underserved, for people who you don't have the opportunities, for minority, for women, actually for anyone, you know. So that is a main difference from Europe. If you ask me what would be my business model in Europe, people sign up for the program and they pay on 15 to 20 installments for the academic program. In US, there is a lot of grants. Of course, you need to be licensed, accredited in order to be able to be eligible and to go under the umbrella of those grants. But the government is helping a lot, especially if you want to pursue whatever degree, there is funding for that. So I think that here there is a lot of opportunity. The problem is that people don't know about these opportunities.
Why do you think people don't know about that?
I mean, I don't know. I think it comes a little bit more from our Balkan people, to be honest, because, so as I said, I have school here officially since 2024. Last year, we had a grant from Miami-Dade College. So we give to 20 people for free our AI and digital marketing program. I had only one girl from the Balkans. She was working as a waitress at that time because I call her personally, please apply. It is, people are skeptic. They think, why would you give me this? I mean, I'm not giving you anything. It's a grant that we got, like it's
Yeah, so
whoever applies,
we
it's
were not
it's
used to
yeah.
getting free lunch,
For it's like first come, first serve, like
but we're not used to that. So that's when someone offers you first, you'll be like, okay, we know America, nothing is free. But there's some things there are technically free, but just because the government is benefiting
yeah.
from giving you the free money, there's no free money. They need you to do this so they can run the government properly in a way, the whole country functioning. So they do it with a purpose. It's not free. They need you.
I mean, they're not giving you the money; they're paying the school.
Yeah, well, of
So
course.
it's it's not basically whatever free money, but they're basically
Subsidizing, yes.
investing into subsidizing your program. Now, if you want to apply, okay. If you don't want to apply, there is other who will get advantage
It's
of
there
that.
for someone to take it. So
Yeah.
it can be state. No, I mean, they can just offer the money. No one can take it. You have always all the spots they're taking, or no?
For that grant, yeah. Now after that, we got another grant. Again, I tried with our Balkan people. Okay, now a few more applied. Okay, like 5, 6. So it was good. Now the last one. So we are part of one scholarship fund, and currently we have open scholarships for around 100 people, which is a lot of a
How
big
many people
number.
apply in general,
So
roughly?
I have express interest form, around 120 express interest, but doesn't mean that everybody are eligible.
Who's gonna go? Okay.
So on our website, creativehubmiami.com, when you go to full scholarships, then here you have express interest form. We put that because many people don't know this particular grant is only for the city of Miami. The one that we had from Miami-Dade College was for the Miami-Dade College County. So
Okay.
it was also including Miami Beach and everything. But this particular one is for city of Miami. So people don't know that city of Miami, it is part of the county, but it doesn't include Hialeah, Kendall, Miami Beach. So I always put express of interest form, and then somebody calls them from the school and explains them how to apply. It's a very easy application, like 3 minutes application. And also we need to tell the people what documents they need to prepare. So for the scholarship that we have right now open, there are 2 requirements for eligibility. One is you need to prove that you're American citizen or permanent resident, which means that one document would be either passport or green card to upload. The other document would be to prove your residency in the city of Miami, which can be lease, bill, a letter of support that somebody can give you that you reside here, or your ID. If your ID is with your address, then you just upload your ID. And that's it. These are the
There's
2
no other
requirements.
requirement. That's
There is
just
no other
just
requirement.
that you live in this required
Yes.
area. That's
Yes.
and that you're a citizen or green card holder. That's
Correct. Yes.
can tell that's so whoever wants to apply. I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
And how often you have those? Is it like once a year? How often you get those?
So we just got
programs?
this open for 2 weeks. So we got this open for 2 weeks, and it is a short period when it's open. So when we have a scholarship opportunity, immediately we want to do outreach so that we tell people, because it's a great opportunity. Otherwise, the programs are $15,000. Data Science and Data Analytics Academy, it's $15,000. But the money that you can earn with that program after that is minimum starting 120K. Data analyst or machine learning specialist or a Python, especially in the US. And then for 3-4 years, you can get to 300,000-400,000.
How many different options on the careers? What do you have?
For this particular scholarship program, we have data analytics and data science. We have digital marketing and AI, and we have AI-powered project and product management, because these 3 are most in demand. And our most, I would say, easy, because we also help with job placement. They're also easiest for us to provide job placement because they're really, really in demand.
People get jobs as soon as they can. I mean, I know it goes from person to person, but how easy is to how hard is it to find a job?
So we have a very interesting way how we help people. We go. I have two people from my team who every single time when there is an open position in Miami for any of the careers that we prepare people for, junior position, not a manager position.
Of course, that takes time.
Yes, we contact them and we say, look, we have this program, which is a created program. We have 20 students. Would you like to give our students a technical interview and then have our students to respond to that in 3 or 7 days, submit it to you, and then if you like someone, continue the conversation. We don't charge you any money to give to basically to take a student. It's a great employer branding for you because you're basically showing that you're partnering with school, you're giving opportunities to people, and then we don't take money from the student to find him a job. So this model has been proven very successful, even for companies that have raised like hundreds of millions of dollars.
So let's say, because with AI, everyone's talking about how AI is going to take jobs from people, which is going to happen. Depends what kind of jobs. That's another debate and story. So if someone, for example, is a waitress or doing some job they don't like, and they want to become a data analyst, maybe it's not for someone. But you think almost everyone can learn it through the school, or no? Is that like some people are like, oh, I'm not good at computers, they're not going to do it. Is it simplified? Is it as difficult as it was? What's your?
So it's a good example that you give, and a data science program. Even my personal trainer, she's taking it. So
That's great.
let me explain you the program. So it starts with the intro to data science. After that is the first modules are basically focused on data analytics. Here you have SQL, data integration, Power BI, which is business analytics, data visualization, storytelling, and then analytics with AI. That's the first part of data analytics, right? And then you have the second part, which is statistics, Python, machine learning, and generative AI. Remember how you said AI will take your jobs? Well, now you can create an agent that you can sell to companies that companies can use, like a simple agent that can basically redirect the phone calls from spam that we get. So you're in charge of the AI right now. So not how can AI take your job when you're creating the AI, right? So this program is 172 hours. It starts from the beginning. It starts from the basics. Every module is around 30 hours. And then the classes are twice a week for 2 hours. The whole idea is that the program is 9 months. The whole idea is that anybody from any experience, so it's not really a program that basically takes your entire time, or you need to fast track it or whatever. The whole idea is that you learn. You take your time to learn, and then on Saturday, if you want to do one-on-one with a lecturer, you can also do that. After every class, they also get a video recording, so the classes are online live with instructor. The groups are up to 20 people. The whole idea is that everybody gets a feedback on their assignments. The group is engaged, right? Small groups. And then if you by any chance miss the class, you want to rewatch it, you're getting a video recording after every class. And then if that's not enough, if you still have questions, then on Saturday you do one-on-one with a mentor.
Is that online, or is it in person, or is it?
They can schedule it, but usually everybody does it online. Just because anyhow you need a computer, and anyhow you need a problem to show. But if they want to do it in person, yes. So far we haven't had because people live in different areas in Miami, so I feel it's more convenient to take the
Definitely.
program
And everything is online
online.
today.
Yes, but it is live with a mentor, so it's not recorded videos and now you watch it. It's live, basically the whole mentorship experience.
That's great. I mean, again, a lot of people are skeptical about themselves. They're not sure. They're not, we are disciplined. Maybe when we start doing something, we get into something, but just starting, oh my God, thinking, programming, it's just difficult. People get lazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I want to make sure people know that maybe it's not that complicated. It depends what you do. There's some different fields of that you can do. Maybe, how do you know? Let's say they start as a data analyst. Maybe they want to do some other thing. Is there, can you switch from that? How does that work?
That's why you have different programs. Digital marketing is easier program, right?
For sure, yes.
It's easier program. Probably the only complicated thing for me on digital marketing is to set up the Google Tag Manager, Google Analytics, and the SEO part. I would say those are probably the little bit more complex subjects, right? Everything else is very easy, very straightforward, very interesting, very creative. Now, people sometimes when they sign up, they ask a question: How much money? What's my potential? So digital marketing, your potential after basically after graduating the program, we have had people that have started with 45K. We have had people who started with 95K. Those with 95K also had editing skills, also had some, content creation skills that they add on top of the academic program. So, and they had some experience. So again, it's based on your experience and what skills do you add apart from the academy. But the ones that graduate data science, they don't start from 65K, they start from much more.
For sure, because it's more difficult.
It's more difficult and it's more in demand. And I mean, anybody needs you. All the banks, all the startups, anybody that's doing anything needs, data analysts, even financial institutions, analysts.
That's why government is funding all those programs, because they recognize need for those people, and they're trying to make people, or fast track, help them out with that. Because us generally, most people, they don't know where the world is going. They don't keep track. But if someone's telling them, okay, I'm giving you money or I'm paying the school for you, we need this. I think that's why is the reason behind all this. I don't want someone to be, oh, this is just, it's enough for me. Maybe you should give it a try, give it a go, just to see how it looks like. Because how many people actually start and they just quit after a while? Is there?
To be honest, how many people? Really depends on the people. In the US, I haven't had an experience with somebody quitting because we haven't had that much programs. I can tell you from other two markets where we are 7-8 years, right? Of a group of 35 people, that last one that we have for data science, we had 3-4 people drop. But
That's small. That's great numbers.
It's not always that they don't find themselves. Many times somebody moved to Germany. Many times, some other things happen, or we have cases when somebody will stay pregnant, or when we need to move to another city, or or I got another job. So there's usually outside circumstances that affect why people would drop out, or I don't know, they would have some issue with payments. But I want to tell you something about the STEM programs, because right now we are also filing for student visas application with UCIS. Data science is designated STEM program.
Okay, that's new. I didn't know that.
Digital marketing is not. Digital marketing
It's
is
not
considered like business.
It is.
So these skills of analytics in US are basically considered as STEM programs. So even for people that tomorrow want to come on F visa, right, let's say, and then stay to work 3 years in the field, you need to have a STEM program. I know, because currently we're doing the filing, so I learn all these things. So data science, definitely, it's something that it's not what America sees. It's a fact. It's a STEM program.
And they give those visas for let's say there's shortage of labor in the United States. They need those people. That's why they're letting those student visas so people can apply and do that, which is great. So it means another opportunity. If someone wants to come here from somewhere else, they can apply. So they're applying for school. How does that work? They're applying to go to school here?
We don't have yet the approval. We're just filing right now. I just wanted to mention that.
Of course.
It's under
So that's an
STEM.
option, but it's in works.
But basically, yes. Basically, they would need to apply to the school, get accepted. The school issues them I-20. With that one, they go to their immigration lawyer, and then continue
So it works. Hopefully it works out. That's another great opportunity. So you can actually go to school and come, because we know, have a lot of friends, and myself included, and we're starting from something, figuring everything out. This is like you're coming, you're learning something, you already potentially have a job, and you're staying. It's way more easier. Of course, you have to do things. It's not like trying to figure it out on the go.
It's better if you come as data scientist than to drive a truck, if you ask me.
No, that's for sure.
Because your starting salary, and not only salaries, we need to look career-wise. This is a career that you can do your entire life. This career has progress. This career is not going to go back. It's not something that you will need to eventually move out. It's great that there are the visas for people, come truck drivers or whatever, but there's a lot of skilled people that I know that in Macedonia, they were doing something, and here, just because they want to come to America, they,
that was only
they decide to come on that visa that, and they drive truck for 2, 3, 4 years. But if you had an opportunity to work in the field, in a tech field, in a well-paid tech field, and and stay in US, then I mean, why wouldn't you choose that?
Yeah, that's, I mean, again, it's not for everyone. Some
True.
people want to be truck drivers,
There is
but
money in both ways.
so
There
there's
is money in
money.
both
You just have
ways.
to work
Yes.
hard, but it depends. Some of them are, they don't have any other option, so they think that's the only option. We have a couple
Yeah.
of friends that were doing different jobs in truck driving and restaurant and stuff, and they did it by themselves. They found a school. They went, they studied web design, programming, whatever they did, and they found jobs in IT and career,
Yeah.
and they managed to switch completely. It's a different lifestyle. It was a long shot, but they never thought about doing that, but they figured out it's trending. You can get a job. That's what you think. People are asking for those kind of positions. So they did it and it works for them. And
Yeah.
they're enjoying it. There's like different going from truck driving to a restaurant. I mean, if you're into that, that's another story. If you love whatever you're doing. But if you want to change or you know what to do, and then you're getting miserable and depressed, and you want to change, but you know what to do, and then you're blaming on the world and everything, circumstances. So that's another great option. But again, the worst thing is, like, even someone starting a business. Oh, how do you start a business? Everyone's like, they have an idea, but going from idea to realization, that's a no one knows how to do it. Everyone just has crazy ideas, but it's not that crazy. You just need to sit down. But this is someone's giving you a track. Someone's actually helping you out, paying for your education,
True.
and helping you manage all that, and actually finding you a job potentially, which is,
Yeah.
I mean, how easy you want it to be. It doesn't get easier than that.
Yeah, and that's why the government is investing in that. Now, about starting a business, there is another program that we do. It's called Built in Miami. Again, we take 30 companies, resident of Miami, and that's the only thing for that program. The eligibility, you just need to be resident of the city of Miami. And it's a 9 weeks program. And then in these 9 weeks, it's divided into 3 phases. The first phase is basically product development. Here they do go-to-market strategy, marketing, and product or service development. Then you go into the second stage, which is the funding. How to get funding, how to get grants, what grants are available for foreigners. I don't know if people know, if you open brick and mortar store in downtown Miami, you can get up to $25,000 grant. Money
Can you
that you
explain
don't
to
need
people? Yeah,
to,
that's what I'm saying. Explain to
money
people what
that you
grant
don't
is
need
so they
to
know.
grant are money that you don't need to return.
So they just get, again, that's free money. That's actually
That's
just have to show that you're actually doing something.
that's investment from the government to like a stimulation for startups, for opening of businesses, right? Because at the end of the day, we pay taxes. Those taxes go back to the government. So the portion of those money is allocated towards supporting entrepreneurship. So
What's the requirement for the business? What's the
so it has to be a brick and mortar store, or
okay?
you need to open a brick and mortar store. It cannot be virtual. Many
So,
times
but it
people
has to
ask
be
me,
opened. You're planning on
no,
opening
planning
it.
of opening.
So you're planning opening. You apply
Yeah,
that in the meantime while you're opening, and then
correct.
and they help you start everything.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
that's
And that's not the only one. There is also all the district commissioners. Maybe we should do another episode. I tell you all the grants. All the district commissioners give you
we have time. You can tell all about
mom
it.
and
This
pop grants.
okay.
Mom and pop grants. Mom and pop are small businesses. So first year that I was here, I got a $4,000 mom and pop grant, which you can use towards rent. You can use towards basically towards marketing. And then this year again, you can reapply for that. So it is help for the again money allocated to the people who are paying taxes to support. I mean, $4,000 is not going to make you difference, right? Maybe it will pay you the rent for 1 month, but guess what? That 1 month your rent is paid, or you can use that to pay Facebook ads. Otherwise you need to earn the money and then give the money, right? So it's a lot of opportunities. So the Build in Miami program, the second part covers all these things. I created the whole program, the whole structure based on my own personal experience. Now, there is a second part here, which a lot of people don't know, which if you want to work with the government, you need to understand the value of lobbyists and lobbying. So it goes under strategic relationships. So I'm not teaching the program. We have mentors, but I said all the things that I think that somebody should know if they really want to have a successful business in US. So the second part is on lobbying. And then we have the third part of the program, which is basically it's how you can use government money in order to help you hire other people, which is the part for apprenticeships. You can get from 40 to 75% reimbursement for an apprentice for a period up to a year. Has to be a registered apprenticeship program, cannot be I decide to make one. Then also it's how to form a company, so company formation, and also we have the part of scaling. So the program is 9 weeks. We already had 30 businesses that are taking part right now. We have one girl from Ukraine. I was trying to remember if we have somebody from the Balkans. I know we have one girl from Ukraine.
Probably not. I think you would remember already.
Yes. But, we have from Romania. We have one chef. She wants to open a restaurant. And we will have this program again next year. Now, this program is again free. It's free. You get all this information, all the things that I said. You actually somebody gonna teach you how to do it for free. So that's a free school, free MBA, how to open a business in Miami and be successful. Get to your first client.
Let me ask for everyone right now.
Yeah.
How can it be free? What's the catch?
Again, the government is doing things for the residents. So there is no catch. They have a program. It's part of the economic development department, and they are doing it free.
So you have to believe what she's saying. Let's see. We're still not believing exactly. It sounds too good to be true, and people don't believe that. But again, so we don't actually, take your word for it. But how do people find out about these things, and where do you work? Where you get all the information so they can find these things by themselves?
So for this program, they can just put "built in Miami," and they're gonna see the program. It will pop up. They can open, and then right now the applications are closed because we have a group. I don't know when it will be the next one. I assume after New Year's. But we also do sponsored ads. Actually, we also did like an open day at Citizen M in Brickell. We had like 180 people, 360 registrants, 180 people show, and then 180 applicants, but we accepted only 30. And then again, the people that are accepted really depends. Are you really resident? Are you serious about opening a business, or is just like, I have this idea? And then the biggest eligibility was under, can you really attend all the 9 weeks? It's a twice a week for 2 hours. Can you commit to attending? Because if you're not serious,
It's nothing if you're committed to doing anything.
True, and that's the only thing.
So let's say you said just an idea. So a lot of people have mostly ideas when they want to open a business. What do they need to have? What's like a plus so they can get the grant or help?
So the people that want to open a business, as I said, this is something that the grant is something that basically Downtown Miami is offering, the DDA. So they can basically search for DDA grants. But there is, as I said, there is different types of grants, like the mom and pop grants. The mom and pop grants are given from the district commissioner. For this year now, they're over. They're usually open in March. But if they write mom and pop grants and the district that they're in, they can see when, if it's open, or they can see when it was open last year. Most probably this is where next year, this time it will be open again. And for all the other things, I don't know, follow Creative Hub Miami. We post there everything, so I don't know.
So again, say the website and how people can find it exactly.
Creative, like creative person, Hub, HUB, Miami.
So all the information is there.
Yes, creativehubmiami.com, or they can follow us on Instagram or LinkedIn. And they can also see information. We post there. They'll see information about the Built in Miami program and the other things that we do.
That's great. So everyone, see it for yourself. I know, like someone believing something, people tell stories. You meet someone, they start telling you, oh, this works like this is, but it's just too many numbers and too many stories that people get lost. It looks great, but this is the real stuff. Everyone can double check this, whatever you're saying. You're giving the link, they can reach out to you, or through the website, LinkedIn, they can find this information out. Because like I said, trying to get more people from Balkans to actually start a business. And that's I think America is built for that.
You know what's so interesting? We all come here because it's the land of opportunity. And when you live in a economy that actually invests money, that's not a lot of money. If somebody gives you $20,000, $25,000 grant, that's not a lot of money, because your rent is probably $5,000 a month.
If you have no money, it's a lot of money.
I know, but it's just, even for Facebook ads, like this is a very big market. How many people can you target with 25?
It depends what you're targeting, but you're not gonna target a lot. It depends over which time, and it's difficult. It depends what you're doing.
In Macedonia, you're gonna target entire Macedonia, but
you're not gonna get $25,000.
It's true. Yes, even our government it's like 5,000 they give.
That's not bad for Macedonia.
It's not bad, 5,000.
If you can target the whole country. But again, that's a great. So what did you? what did you learn about business, doing business here versus doing business? You said it's similar, starting a school and stuff, but what did you learn? How did you improve doing business in America versus Europe and back home?
In America, the relationships are very important, and we say there's no opportunities in the Balkan. For example, the government is not stimulating anything, is not investing in entrepreneurship, is not like it's not giving you any grants, is not supporting you, so it's not giving any workforce grants. So basically, everybody needs to pay on their own. People take loans to sign up for our programs. We actually have contracts with the banks to have lower interest fees for our students. Here, we don't have a contract with a single bank because there is a lot of workforce development grants. I'm not saying only from the local government, but you also have the EDA. You have, which is the Economic Development Agency, like Ministry of Economy, what would be in our countries. You have a lot of, you have Miami-Dade College, you have others, so it's a lot of opportunities, but you need to know the opportunities. So basically, I spend my time into trying to find grant opportunities, which makes my job easier, and also makes it easier for the students because they are removed from the burden that they need to find the money to pay.
I think that's great. You take the government money and you help someone finish their school, and I mean, that's your job. You just help both sides. You
Correct.
connect both sides. That's great. But so business wise, again, back to the question, doing business. One of my friends said when he goes back home, it's just like everyone's hanging out, chilling. There's no like that business vibe in the air. No one's like talking about business as much. Again, it depends what circle you're in. Here is mostly the drive, the hustle, the bustle, and everyone's talking about business, starting a business, and then you feel it and you feel left out. It's like, how do you do it? Come from as an immigrant, you don't speak the language, you don't know anyone, and you're just trying to get in, start a business. You really got to be creative and capable to do something like that. That's why a lot of people should. I mean, a lot of immigrants do start businesses, but not like businesses that you can like tech
Scale.
business, a scale like that's something new. It's difficult to start something like that. What's your advice on that?
So I don't know if I'm the right example. This is my third business, right? So I already knew everything. I already knew grants. I already knew everything, right? Before I came, because I already have those businesses for a lot of years. And also, I lived in Monaco, I did my MBA there. So I also knew what European Union is doing, which is completely different. European Union is doing a lot in grants, a lot in workforce development opportunities, a lot of entrepreneurial opportunities, giving money, funding, basically, projects, hackathons, and everything. Even in Macedonia, we got a grant from the Slovenian government, which that time Slovenia was running with the European Union, was basically presiding with the European Union. We got a grant from them. We never got a grant from our country. So again, it has to come from some foreign body because Macedonia is like poor country, right? Non-EU. Now, when you come here to the US, you understand the game, right? You understand that this is a market with unlimited opportunities that has a very big buying power. But then you also need to know who's your client, right? So I always, it's interesting because right now I think that for me, we work harder in the Balkans, in Macedonia and in Kosovo, than what we work here. Because here, there is so much grant opportunities, right? So it's easier for me, right? I just need to maintain my license, which I already did. Basically, I already did all the requirements in advance for the programs. So 1.5 year of not working, doing the license, and then filing everything correct. We had inspection, passing the inspection, great. Then you do another annual license. You continue basically sustaining it. So if you put all the work ahead, then you're eligible to use the opportunities. So here, I work hard to find students, but I don't work hard to make the students pay every month. Like in Macedonia, you
It's
know,
the opposite. You work to find money to help students
correct.
finance
Yes.
themselves because people don't have money. Here, the government is actually subsidizing
Yes.
everything, which makes your job definitely easier, I think.
Correct. Yes.
So working with students and back home and working in Europe versus here, what's the biggest difference you see?
You know what? It's interesting because you would think that when somebody is giving money out of pocket, they would be more motivated. The group that we had here with the first grant from Miami-Dade College on digital marketing and AI, 4 months, 20 students, 16 students found jobs within 4 months. So the group was so motivated Even my lecturers were like, we haven't seen a group like this. Everybody showing every class. And I had students who were 60 years old. I had two students 60 years old. I had one student, the youngest one was like 16 years old, 16 to 60. Um, and everybody were so motivated, you
Why do you
know,
think that is?
because we live in a hustle economy.
So
Everybody
that's so
wants
going
to
back to
make it
saying
happen.
everyone's trying to. You have to. No one's going to pay your rent. No one's going to pay your bills. No one's going to help you. You just have to figure it out. And the economy changing. You're losing jobs. A lot of things that happen. And you have someone giving you opportunity to do something. Again, not everyone wants to do it, but some people, when they decide to get something, that's really. And I think it's just that's why, I mean, this country, in a way, a lot of people are not more successful, but they're trying because everyone's doing it. At home, everyone's like, there's not that money, like you said, there's not grants, there's not this, so it's more difficult for you to start anything than you just quit in the beginning. But here, you kind of feel, even if someone gives you like all the free money, you're like, oh my God, America, free money, might as well do something with it.
Yeah.
I think that's the mentality. And when you're working, I mean, you assume you're running a lot of American people, or a lot of people living in America. What's your relationship with your coworkers, people that work with you, and back home? What's the difference?
I mean, I also work with my colleagues from abroad on a daily level because I'm checking, I'm monitoring everything, right? And because we also have a lot of students from Macedonia and from Kosovo who are part of the U.S. program. So one thing that is good about our people is that they do see the value of an American diploma. I mean, it's one thing to have a diploma from Macedonia; it's another thing to have an American diploma.
Because here, diploma is called diploma, and we call it American diploma.
Correct. Yes. But it makes difference. It makes difference. Even when you apply for job, it's different if you basically, and then we also give credits on the diplomas. So if somebody wants to continue education tomorrow, they can use those credits.
Where are they acceptable? In like maybe the college, you can go
Anywhere,
and they.
anywhere. We are all accredited by the same institution, Florida Department of Education. So
So you
we are
continue
sold
anywhere.
under the same like in Europe we have EKTS, European Credit Transfer System from Bologna for entire Europe. Here, you basically you have a standard how you issue credits. It's not like I woke up this morning and I say, okay,
It's not
this
a
program will have.
course. It's more not course. And what's the right word?
No,
It's just a school
it's
with
an
educated credits
academy.
academy.
Yes,
So
yes,
there's probably levels so that people, but that's great. So you can actually start, if you into something even more, you can go educate yourself even more and start making more money and learn about things different way. This is a great start. I think the hardest thing is to start anything. Just starting, getting into something. That's the most difficult. When you start and you get through the first couple of classes or whatever, that's amazing. Just starting, get yourself off your feet. You just start applying, start doing something, and then that's most people fail at. And again, a lot of also I go back, life in general, and you're like, oh my God, why didn't I do this 6 years ago? So I start thinking, why didn't I do that? I was not aware. And then I found some things. I'm like, let's listen to a podcast, and I love it right now. 2012 podcast. Like, why didn't I listen to this 10 years ago? And it could have helped me a lot if I listened at that time. So it's so much information, so much clutter that people get lost in just scrolling on something. And no one's like focusing on the business. If I follow our podcast, my Instagram is all podcasts.
yeah,
So that's why you pushing, like you say, you ads, you have to push the business. But again, someone has to be interested in the business or going to school so they can find you. So that's
yeah,
why you can't even find, especially Balkan people. I mean, it's just, I think we also work a lot with people that we know.
yeah,
So if you know someone, you're always like, oh, he knows. And then if someone knows you, they will sign up for this tomorrow. But if someone doesn't know you, they'll be maybe skeptical a little bit because who's she working for? Who is she getting this from? Why is this free money? I think even people see it. Even give them the money in their hand, they will still be, or give them the class, they will still be, okay, so what's wrong with this? It's just because you have cautious mentality with everything. We went through a lot, and then, I mean, not trying to be just judgmental, we have to understand who we are and why are we thinking like that. It can be good sometimes.
yeah,
Americans are gullible a lot, but you're not going to screw them over 5 times. It can be like once, twice, and they'll figure it out. They always give you benefit of the doubt. They're never going to cut you off
yeah,
immediately. We cut you off most of the time, and then we maybe after that couple of times. But it's a different mentality. But I'm glad there's opportunity. As someone, again, Miami and in general, we don't see a lot of Balkan people in positions. I remember like 7, 8 years ago, I worked in a company, and there's an email, like 40 people on the email, and from Miami, city of Miami, my company or whatever. And then it was Latin people, a couple Americans, and it was me. With the last name, it was like it was so weird to me. I was laughing because you see that, and even I look Hispanic, so people think I speak Spanish, so it was no one even paid attention. But you see on my name and last name, so it's a big community, and then it's difficult to push through. If you go to Chicago, there's a lot more Serbians, a lot more Balkan people in positions, so you can always find someone who. Here in Miami, we're still new. We're building the culture. We're building the people. If you're here, I mean, right now, hopefully people get to know you. I mean, you assume you know already a lot of people, but this is a way to for local people to. There's a lot of interesting people. Just have to find them. They're not just out there, you know.
Yeah.
So, but it's a nice way to connect and kind of help each other out because you never know who's into something. I'm just finding out people. Like say for you, example,
Yeah.
we probably never meet, never. But through I did the podcast, I met Philip, through Nana again, and then you connected. That's how it should work. So I assume if you this can help you connect with some people, and then who knows, maybe someone's gonna have a business opportunity for you in a way, so you can connect and do some other things, which is great. But again, this is not only for Balkan people. Whoever wants to do it, this
True.
is it's
True.
just anyone in general. We're trying to help everyone, so that's great. So tell me, so
I want to tell you
yeah,
something. We are a minority, right? Eastern Europeans, Southeastern Europeans, as my brother would say. So
Southeastern.
for the in the previous government, when you apply for a grant, if you were a women-owned business or if you were a minority-owned business and you had that designation, your chances of getting the grant are higher. So I
Okay.
go to apply for minority. Guess what? We don't exist as a minority.
I was actually talking to someone about that, but go ahead.
So I write them an email because they send me the list of minorities. I say, I'm sorry, I'm Southeastern European or Eastern European, whatever you want to put me there. And they say, you know what? In all these years, nobody ever asked us for this. And that thing tells you how many Eastern Europeans actually use this thing in order to apply for grants.
So that's see those are tricky small things that we don't even have. Let's say someone was talking about representative in here, whatever, city
Yeah,
of
a
Miami or
commissioner.
whoever. It's
Yes,
someone, as you're saying, lobbying for our rights.
true.
Like if you want to get Serbian school, I was actually like one of my guests about that. He mentioned there's no Serbian school or
There is
Macedonian
no
school. There's no.
Macedonian
We
school. Yeah,
got to get. We have a church, which is
yeah.
great, but getting like someone and someone actually we can. Is enough of us so someone can go ahead and get into. I mean, we love politics, so
Let's start a group.
you know
Let's
it's
start a group, and then we can connect and because to win something in politics, you need to have people who will vote for you, who will
for
share the
sure.
same vision, right? And I feel that the other minorities are much organized around that.
Completely agree. Definitely, there's stronger communities
So
in
yes,
that sense.
African Americans always. There is always one African American in the commissioners, right? Because all the African Americans vote for that. There is always Latin people, right? All the minorities are having their
But isn't it a
representative.
minority? I mean, Miami is Latin people, mostly Latin people. This is, Americans like white Americans.
Yeah,
It's, I think, don't hold me to it. I think I read a long time, but like 12% of population in Miami. So how do you qualify as a minority in a way? It's really who's minority? Is they go by nationality or by there's probably ethnicity and stuff. There's different
yeah.
things.
I
Is
don't really remember, but I think it was more like it was not only to be Latin; it was also different, like Venezuelan and
So it's
like
mostly by
yeah,
nationality as well.
yeah,
So I mean, we have to work on us getting something like that because
yeah.
that's you can so
I
many
mean, it
opportunities.
will increase your chances. So imagine that you compete and somebody else competes, and then you're considered as a white American, which you're not, right? But just because you're nowhere in the, nobody write them, hey guys, Eastern European people here, minority, add them into the list, So if you don't raise a voice, you're not going to have a change.
And also someone advocating for the rights of people. Like you said, someone
True.
having someone to that's a big thing because if someone's there, you can always call that person. He can call another
Yeah,
person. And that's just not like having connection. That's how it should be.
true.
Because especially if it's a big community. Again, it's a new community around here.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take a while to build that up. But again, this is the great place in a way for me, just meeting people and connecting people and doing different things because we can do a lot. It was just
We can do a lot and we are really hardworking people. But we don't need to work that hard. When
we're
there
just
is,
focusing on working hard,
exactly.
not actually just output. It's what matters.
It's so interesting when I came to US for the first time. I had a period because I was living alone, so you don't have friends, right? So basically, you're you yourself, right? And I in the walls. And then I started basically thinking about work hard, hard work. I love working. That's why I'm an entrepreneur, right? But then wouldn't it be so great if it starts coming easy? So I started writing, opportunities come to me easy. And you know, when you shift your mindset, right? Things change. So that's why I told you I work harder right now. I mean, my team works harder. My brother is my business partner. He's in Macedonia. They work harder there than what I do here. Opportunities come easy because I suddenly changed my mindset that it should not be hard. We should not be, everyday stressed just because we are entrepreneurs. We should enjoy this. And
Now, some
then we
people
should,
choose that.
I mean, yes, but you cannot be stressed your entire life. You're going to burn out.
That's going back to our mentality. We realize that actually life matters, the life work balance. Here is
True.
just work, 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 and then people get sucked into it. I think that's all about it because then when you actually have time, it's like, what do you do with that time? Then you start asking other questions. So, what do I do with my life? When you're just busy, you don't think that much. You just work, and that's my life, and that's it. But if you actually have time, we have a lot of time. You're spending money, you're doing stupid, you're trying to figure it out. It's hedonism most of the time.
Yeah.
It's nothing like doing proactive quality stuff. Minority people actually just do something quality with their free time. So they're just trying to outwork themselves. And again, that's easy thing to do. But yeah, that's really. I mean, you have to have that balance because especially when you get older, it's really you go crazy. But again, it's not for everyone. Some people want to just not work at all. You have to
True.
get to that point. You can't just start at 21. Oh, I want to have work-life balance and I want to have business. So I mean, maybe, but it's gonna take a while. You got to build to that.
Yeah. One thing that you said about the time, and I always come back. The most important thing, according to me, in life is time, right? Because it's in scarcity. We don't have it, right? We just waste it. Now, I always say to people, time anyhow you waste it, right? Like you work and then whether you sit and you watch Netflix or you go out or you go to the beach, anyhow you're gonna waste the day. If you're serious about changing your life towards better, then that's why the programs are 2 times a week for 2 hours. That's not a lot of time,
Not
but
at
it's
all.
enough time if you're really serious. And of course, you need to put another 4 hours probably to rewatch the videos and to do the
It's still
homeworks,
nothing.
right? But you're gonna waste the time anyhow. You're gonna go to South Beach, you're gonna sit in a restaurant, you're gonna, I don't know, watch Netflix. Your time anyhow it's going. Are you gonna do something about it or it's just gonna, pass? That's up to you.
So when you're here, living here for a few years, when you go back, what's bothering you the most? What you notice the most? The differences? Anything?
I mean, to me, I'll tell you honestly, it's the fact that there is no opportunities for the people. Because I see a lot of people who want to change careers. I see a lot of people who want to learn data science, who want to learn HR, who want to learn project management, but people don't have the money. Because the standard of living, the cost of living is high, the standard of living, I don't know how much is in your country, but in Macedonia, probably average salary, let's put 800, 900 euros. So, with those money, if you need to separate 100 euros every month to pay a school for the next 15 months, but you still have vacations, you want to get
Everything.
dressed
Yeah.
and everything, right? So, I'm sad that the government is investing in ridiculous things and it's not investing in workforce development.
Yeah. That's they. Yeah. That's just. I mean, they have money, but they're spending on
Yeah,
corruption and stupid
they're,
things. They don't
they're
invest it proactively. Here, it's of course corruption. They spend a lot of money everywhere, but it's still a lot, way more money, and they have way more
I
to
mean,
give.
there is money for workforce development. There is money for entrepreneurship. There is money if you want to start a business. Now it's up to you what you're gonna do because the whole story. If somebody gives you money, it doesn't mean that you're gonna be successful, right? Because you can just waste the money and that's it. You're gonna be poor again. But if somebody gives you knowledge, now knowledge is money, right? Knowledge is power because if you have knowledge, then you can make money. So
But you got to work for it. No
invest
one's
in,
giving you that one.
yeah, invest in your
Knowledge.
know-how.
Yeah, but also I think like you said here, oh, okay, you need a grant, you apply, you get your paperwork, get this. I think now it's too much regulation. If you want to do something, you're not getting anything that easy. It's like, oh, I'm here, I live here, this is my passport. Oh, can I get this grant? It's way more easy. But it's just, oh, you got to do
Yeah.
this, you got to do this, you got to do, and then after going through all these hurdles, there's probably some programs, but they're not easy even to get. They're selected, giving to certain people. Here, it's more straightforward.
Here, I didn't even think the first year when I applied for the mom and pop grant. I was like, for sure, they're not gonna select us.
See,
I
that's
don't know
that's the
anyone. I just send it online, the documents, and then I receive, oh, you were awarded. Come get your check. I go, I see $4,000 check.
that's it.
Like I'm like, oh my god. In Macedonia, as I said, they give you 5,000 for entrepreneurship, but guess what? You cannot use them for rent. You cannot use them for marketing. What can you use them for? To pay for the stamp. You can
It's
to
too many
register your
regulations. It's
company.
just a regulation. Here,
So
they're not going with the idea that you're gonna scam them in a way.
yeah,
And even if you do, okay, it's fine because they have their money dedicated for something else. Back home, it's just a process. I know everything. That my friend told me a story. He's I think his aunt had a company or whatever, some small
hmm
store, and she's trying to close it. Like, oh, I'm sold my business. I don't want to do. Actually, I think she just closed the business, and he goes to officially close whatever the paperwork we needed. He's like, oh, it's like it was €100 I think to close it. He's like, okay, let me pay you. I was like, oh no, we just did some math, and actually we owe you $200 on some back taxes. So,
hmm
so I was like, okay, give me €200. Oh, but we can't do that. Okay, can I forgive you €200? No, 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 that's the thing. So he couldn't even close it. They didn't want
yeah,
to even forgive. He said, I forgive you, just close it. I don't want to come back here, do all this. Oh no, we can't do it like that. So that's the whole everything here. Here, if you just say, "Oh, take this
yeah,
way, close it," you can do it like this. Open a company, go online, half an hour,
true.
start it. So things are made more easy. People closing, opening companies. It just everyone has. You have some random people who have companies for who knows what. They
Yeah.
just did it and opening, and I think that's working with the government more straightforward. But definitely, we need more people like you who actually can elaborate and explain on certain things. Everything, whatever you have to like, oh, do I know someone you call? Oh, do you know this? Everything. We have Google. We have so much information online, but people still call someone
Yeah.
because they're not sure about. I guess again, it could be a language barrier. Sometimes it's complicated. It's a lot of things. Like you got to get a lawyer for certain things, but some for some things, I guess you don't. So if you have someone like you for whatever you're doing, someone else for something else, that's always nice because
Yeah.
you're always people don't want to help each other out. But that's also our problem with our mentality. Some people do, but a lot of people are like, oh, we come here to ask something. Oh, why are you calling? Why is this guy calling me? Everyone's leaning on that, but people don't want to help each other out.
I mean, I've had a positive experience, to be honest, with our Balkan people. You guys are helping me out to do outreach, right? So
No,
thanks for that.
no, this is for everyone. Just we're trying to help everyone
Um,
out
so I feel that if we set an example, then other people will follow the example.
for sure, for sure,
So
for sure. So I'm glad that's happening, and just even one person signs
yeah,
up, and we can, change
we can
something.
change somebody's life. Um, and as we said, like help our community, because at the end of the day, communities are built. Usually when you go to a foreign country, you're trying to find your community, right? Somewhere who you people that you know, or the language that you speak, or the same food that we eat, or we all go to a Balkan party, right? Because it makes us feel alive, right? These Balkan songs make me feel alive, right? Not that I don't enjoy if I go to a club and I listen to a DJ, of course, but I'm more connected with something that I have been raised in the past
Of
30
course, but that's
years,
not.
right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So it's about our community, helping our community, as what everybody else is doing about their community.
And what do you think Miami is future-wise, the job placements? Is it growing the last couple of years? You noticing the trend of growing, or what's the?
So I was just looking at the Lightcast. Lightcast is a platform, a data platform. We have a membership there. I was just looking because I was preparing the application for student visas and for STEM, and we need to do elaboration that there is a demand for this. We don't just create programs that are not going to be in demand. Data science is the most in demand. There's like a 35% shortage
Miami,
in Miami-Dade, not only
Miami-Dade. Okay,
Miami. Yeah.
that's
35% shortage of the total.
and
It's
that's
one
a
of the
lot.
top. Yeah.
It's not like it's 10 positions. It's
Yeah.
it's a thousands and thousands
Yeah.
probably of jobs. That's amazing. So you're studying for something that actually can get you a job, not just doing something randomly and hoping for the best in the future.
Yeah. Right now we were making two conferences, one in Macedonia, one in Kosovo, and I had a CTO of Google. He was our guest, and he's working here in Miami. And what he was showing there about the technology and how much need they have for the technology is growing faster than the people that have the skills to grow it, so because we're feeding it with data and everything, right? So there is a lot of demand for skilled tech talent. But he also said that the two jobs that will never die are teachers and hospitality workers. So even our people that work in hospitality, their jobs are safe. I don't
We're
know
trying
how
to get
much
them to
money
become
they
an
could.
IT professional. You're giving them a chance to stay in the hospitality. Let's not help them out with staying if they don't like
Look,
it.
the hospitality industry is very changed than what it was 16 years ago when until now. Like now, you have an hourly rate, like or they cut the hourly rate, or it's all tips. I think
There's
it
still an
changed.
hourly rate. Still hourly rate.
But the tips now you share with everybody, or
It's
like
just
it
a
was.
technicality. It's always shared, just a different, I think, spread how you do it. But it's the same. It's just I think you can make with that business even in Macedonia, Serbia. If you're in a restaurant,
Yeah,
the people make money. That's not you get decent salaries. Some places you can make really good. But again, if that's you
yeah,
with this, and also with that, you can grow like
yeah.
crazy
It's a
with this.
job. It's not a career.
Yeah,
It's a job.
it's a
Yeah,
job. But well, again, some people make career out of it, but not that many. With
yeah,
this, that you're going into career. This is not negotiable. That you're a data scientist. It's
yeah.
not a hobby. It's not a job. It is a real. You can become a career.
And I'm also thinking somebody that has the data skills, marketing skills, then you can form your startup. Like you can create a product, you can create a solution in machine learning using machine learning and Python and generative AI. You can create, I don't know, an AI solution. And then suddenly you have a product. Then you can have somebody to be your co-founder, to be a marketer. Then you guys go raise money. It's the American dream, but that's reality. For a lot of people, this is not a dream. It's a reality. For the people that have the skills, the technical skills and the marketing skills.
And what helps you? I mean, if you have let's say friends, or whatever your experience you have with your students, like
Yeah.
Ukrainian or whoever is from Macedonia, and they're like debating. I guess you need to change some things in your life, not just work. You can get a job, but I guess you're not at that job already because you need to work on yourself a little bit. How do you notice? What do you tell them? You give them a book. You listen to this. What do you advice you give them so they can actually get their mindset ready so they can start that career shift?
So what I see that the biggest problem is for especially what I see on the Built in Miami program, people are waiting to be ready.
In which sense?
I'm waiting for my product to be ready. I'm waiting for this to be ready, that to be ready, and they spend the time. I need to plan. I'm waiting. It's not perfect. So, my advice as entrepreneur, I always go and then I learn from the mistakes. Okay, this thing works. This doesn't work, right? So there is no such time that you're gonna be ready. You're probably never gonna be ready. Maybe even I'm not ready right now, right? I have my know-how, but am I ready for I don't know what, right? I don't know. But you need to the biggest thing is create an MVP, something basic, right? And then see if you can get customers. If you have a market validation for that, don't spend your time and money on building something that you don't have customers. So for Creative Hub, our first website, 2017, I made it on Wix. I put the programs. That time in Macedonia, it was one school that had a bit of outdated programs. So I put the programs. I got good lectures, all like the top CEO of Publicis that time to be lecturing. Publicis, one of the two largest marketing agencies in the world for the marketing academy. So I took top people who were somebody in society by their brand. I took them to lecture to the program and I created our first marketing program. And I put it out there on Wix website, which is, you basically create it for free. I wanted to see if people are going to sign up for this, if there will be interest. Can I get to the first customer? If I was thinking, let me get first a space, then let me get the website, then let me get a market, and let me hire people, I would probably lose another 9 months. And then without making money. But this thing gave me validation. Okay, there is interest. There is people that would sign up. We start the first group. I don't know how many. I think 7, 8 people. Okay, now with this money, I'm gonna invest and I'm gonna build everything. So find if your idea, whatever, has a product market fit.
So okay.
If there is somebody that would pay for that, and then find that as soon as possible. Because if there's nobody paying for that, I mean, really don't waste your time. Or I'm not saying don't waste your time, but change it. Okay, improve it so that it's a product that somebody would pay money for it.
So you just go, and then I mean, you never know until you try it. So many things happen on the way. You gotta improve, but you gotta start doing it. I think that's the worst thing. Just starting something, just starting to move, and then when you get into, let's say you open one business, then you open three, no problem. But starting from scratch, how did you decide to like open the business? How did you become an entrepreneur? Is that who you are? How do you get that? You have that mindset from
So
the day one, or
I was working as a director of marketing. At that time, then I went to Monaco to do the MBA because I wanted to challenge myself as an entrepreneur. And I was very good in marketing. But I said, okay, if you think you're that good, now open a business and let's see how good you are. Because it's good when you spend somebody else's money to bring money, right? But it's different when you actually are the cleaner, you're the developer, you're the marketer, you're the creator, you're the customer service. At the
you
beginning,
can
you're
only
everything,
blame
right?
yourself for a lot of things.
True.
Yes,
And basically, and one thing that I also did, I shut the door. I was making a lot of money. I mean, a lot, like 10K a month. I closed the door. I never looked back. And then with Macedonia, my first salary was 100 euros. Because that time in Macedonia, salary was 200 euros. But because you're the owner, you can pay yourself half. So we're not making money, right? We are 4 months, we're not making money. We're making the program, marketing, whatever. So I invested money. I was not making money. And then from it basically it started. But I never looked back. Maybe somebody else would have been. And a lot of people were like, "Oh my God, you were making this money. Why now you're starting business?" Because I know that I need to close one door in order to open another one.
that's great. It's just that's not a mentality to start doing something like that. But what happens on the way when you're rechecking yourself, when you're rethinking things? How does that works when you're like doubting yourself? That happens too on the way.
Yeah, it happens multiple times in US. I'll tell you something. I didn't want it to spend our company profits, so I told my brother, I said, "Now we're gonna go. We're gonna take a loan." Both of us, we took a loan. I think like 50K. We took a loan. I came here with a loan because I don't want to spend what we save, what we made. I want to spend, basically, I want to have a responsibility towards my idea for the US. So if we want to invest here, and honestly, those money were not enough. Only for legal fees, I spent half. And after that, basically, I need to take even more money. And then I had to use some money. But if you don't, at the end of the day, if I didn't invest those money in the first 2.5 years that I was here, supporting myself from third world countries, I wouldn't be here now signing up people and having 100 open spots.
100 open spots. That sounds like a lot of spots.
Right? So,
We need to fill that. Come on, please sign up for this. It's time for a career shift.
so it is, how to say, it's, you need to invest, but always, I mean, with a calculated risk. Obviously, I have never taken a risk that I
You got to
would
do some
bankrupt the.
calculation. You can't just like go ahead and do things and hope for the best. That doesn't work.
No, you need to do risk, but not a risk that, let's say, you're gonna bankrupt the entire family.
No,
Like
that's
not
crazy
like
risk.
that. Yes,
That's
yes,
what you do mostly when you're single, so you can risk. You don't want to put your family. That's what people mostly
true.
risk when they're by themselves. So whatever happens, you can always sleep on the floor. We have family, you got to something take care of, and then doing great risks. It's not recommended, and most people don't do it. So that's why it's easy. Even this, whatever career shift, when you're younger, you can do it way easier. When you get
Yeah,
older, so you can still do it, but it's way more. You got more strings attached. You got mortgage, you got bills to pay, you got kids, you got school, you got car, you got a lot of stuff. So then even going for something safe, $100,000, 60, 80, 50, whatever you have, it's better than potential maybe 100 in a year or two. Even if that's realistic, but just making that switch, it's not easy. So again, it's understandable that it's not for everyone. But again, this is free. You don't have to invest. You can even do your job and do this after, which is a couple
yeah,
hours, which is still nothing. 2 times a week, 2 hours plus. You only study maybe 4, 8 hours, whatever you need extra. That's 10 hours. And
yeah,
people here do 2 jobs. They work 80, 90 hours a week in America.
yeah,
It's just doing $15 an hour jobs. So,
yeah.
or 20, 30, because that's still you can dedicate that much time. It's not like you got to go to full time to school, 7 hours, 7, 8 hours a day, and then you have to study and you have to work, and maybe you sleep sometimes, but that's another story.
No, that's the beauty, and the beauty is, so my brother's turning 30 today, and I
Congratulations, happy birthday.
thank you. And he's talking about this shift from 20 to 30. And I say to him, look, the beauty of this time that we live in is that you can always reinvent yourself. And these programs are one way how to reinvent yourself fast and smoothly. So you can be whatever you want to be. It's not like in the past, oh, I graduated University of Economy. Oh, I'm going to be economist my entire life. I'm going to be in a bank 9 to 5.
That was a reality.
That was the reality, but it's not anymore. So you can be whatever you want to be if you really want to be. If you don't want to be, then just stay
No
where you
one's
are.
helping you with
Yeah.
that. But this is one way, especially because it is a big thing. Everything's going towards AI, towards IT.
Yeah.
Everything is going towards it. So, I mean, having something like that, an opportunity is just to try it out. I mean, I'd go ahead. I don't think if someone does it, it doesn't sound like it's something crazy. You have to go 5, 6 years to study, and then you spend $500,000 in student loans, and
Yeah.
then you don't know if you're gonna get a job. Then you maybe quit midway. You don't like it. You get burned out. Then you owe $300,000, $400,000. Then you're paying that student debt while working as a waiter in the restaurant. America
Yeah.
has a lot of those sad stories. Student debt is like, I don't know how many trillion dollars. I mean, it's crazy.
I one program, so the third one, I just want to mention whoever works on a managerial position. The program is AI powered product and project management. When I was doing my MBA, I had project management, but completely different, like the Scrum principles. Now it's completely AI. All the tools that you can use to make your job more efficient. Notion, Trello, etc., etc. So I will take that program because it will help me organize myself better. Because why should I be, doing things slower if it can cut me 1 hour in the day, or organize my team better, or make my reports better? So whoever is a manager, actually, not even to change a career, but if you're a manager or if you have a desire to become a manager, you should definitely take the AI Power Project and Product Management Academy.
And
A lot of
learning,
consultants, I saw a lot of consultants that applied to for that program.
and improving. That's another great, because even if you have a job, you learn something. You don't stop there. You don't finish
Yeah.
that course or school, anything, whatever you plan to do in your life. You don't just stop there. Learning is continual. You got to learn. You got to improve. AI, everything's shifting. 5 years ago, no one was talking about AI. Then 10 years ago, no one was talking about podcasts. It's a big thing now, but it was still there, but we were not aware. Now everyone knows about it.
Now
15
it's
years
more
ago,
popular than theory.
yeah, and no one was Bitcoin 15 years ago. Right now, look where we're at. So just things
Yeah.
change. You got to follow the trends, and you get into this, and then you're in that community. I think it's a great way to find yourself and try something new out.
And then also help someone, help somebody in the community. If you know something that's a good idea, like the information I shared with you with mom and pop grants,
Yeah,
nobody is taking a spot from no one. People need to understand that there is enough money, it's enough opportunities. Because sometimes I feel people are like, I don't want to tell someone so they don't take my spot. No, it doesn't work like that.
it's many
So
spots.
it's many spots and many opportunities. And now, if you tell somebody, maybe that person is not even going to use it. But guess what? Tomorrow, when they have an information, they will feel obliged, like they want to share it with you, because you did something good for them. So
That's
that's
the
also
best.
a mindset that we need to kind of promote, because I feel that a lot of people are like, asking me that, especially for these scholarships. It is just 20, right? I said, no, share it with whoever you want. We have 100 spots. It's enough.
They're keeping extra spots, and they can only take one.
Yeah.
That's the real. Even I said that before in podcasts and stuff. Getting people to when I came here, so you come with zero knowledge about things. You knew something with your life experience, but nothing, with no help. Whatever you ask people around you, they have the same amount of knowledge as you, maybe more or less.
Yeah.
Then you meet people and you connect later. But it's difficult to connect. Then you're getting this. And every mistake in this country costs a lot of money. So that's why our podcast idea is to have someone who's trying to figure it out, to bring someone who knows something, and they can maybe learn a thing or two from someone. That's why I got all this idea, because I wanted to have this when I came here, to tell me
Yeah.
things. If I had this, let's say first, I mean, sign me. I will sign instantly if I've seen this first. But no one. I mean, there probably was some opportunity out there, but I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
But so that's why it's a great thing, and I will love even just if one person signs up, or just check it out and then contact you if they need you, because why not? It should. I think it's great. I swear to God, I will sign up if this was, because I remember looking at. I was spending hours and days researching. I did so many courses, so many different things I tried out, different jobs, positions, trying to figure out something that is gonna make sense, my lifestyle, how life want to be, the things that I like, and something just researching by myself. And I'm,
Yeah.
years, and then try it. Okay, it's not for me. Try something else. It's not for me. But having this, and I paid for all that.
Yeah.
Just so I had to, like, oh, did I like this? Save money, pay it. Save money, pay. Even if you don't like it, at least I tried it. I know it's not for me, but this is something that free that you can try, and it's a great idea.
I mean, I can tell you, my office is in downtown Miami, so I have a physical office, but I didn't know about the grant, so now I cannot use the grant. But if I know about the grant, I would have
See, that's the
25K initial investment,
And
to
after you
help me start
start,
up.
it's already,
True.
it's some of the there's some grants that help you when you start the business.
Yeah.
There's always opportunity. So you just gotta look for it. But anyhow, did we miss something? You want to add something?
No, that's it. I mean, people definitely I encourage them to do better research. There is seriously a lot of opportunities. Maybe not opportunities like millions of dollars, right? Because grants are supposed to be for a lot of people, right? And basically to have impact to the most amount of people, right? But definitely anything that can help you, even $1,000, it's a help. Because otherwise, you need to work it and put it towards your business or towards your knowledge.
Everything is better than zero.
True.
So, and I mean, this is great. We can always, like you said, there's way more opportunities, and maybe some other subjects, some other topics that we missed. We can always sit down again. So to see, who knows how many opportunities but this is like what we're focusing on right
Yeah.
now. And this is deadline is
So the deadline is December 12th. So whoever is serious or wants to apply on creativehubmiami.com under full scholarship, you can fill up the form. It's a very short express interest form. Then somebody from my team will call you and let you know how to apply. And basically, the classes start from January 5th. All the people, basically, the award letters will be dispersed on December 20th. So it's not like I'm going to apply and I'm not going to know. So you will know on December 20th whether you're selected or not. But as I said, we do have a lot of spots, which I hope that we fill at least 20% with our people.
we'll try to post this as soon as possible so people have time to sign up.
Yeah.
I'll be.
It's a very, very short application, like 3 minutes.
That's great. That's great. So, and then when did they receive the decision? If they
So on December 20th, the award
Okay.
letters
Okay,
go
it's 8
out
days
on
later.
December
Perfect.
20th.
You don't even have to wait too long. 8 days. That's amazing.
Yeah. And then January 5th, you start the classes.
Perfect. Perfect. All right, cool. Thanks so much. I enjoyed this. It was great. We have to do it again. We have to figure out other topics, but I
Yeah.
think we already have an idea or two.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for doing this.
Thank you.